Hello and welcome to week 9. Wow, today is second to last tip of the series, and this one I want to talk about selfishness. Now, everywhere you've been taught that selfishness is wrong, will you destroy and uncreate that, please? And everything that brought up, will you destroy and uncreate that too? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 boys, shorts and beyond. So what do I mean by selfishness isn't wrong? Well, it's not that selfishness isn't wrong. It's not that selfishness is right. But when we make ourselves wrong for being selfish, how much do we limit us, and how much are we actually cutting off the contribution that we can be in the world if we are willing to be creating for us? Now, this is about parenting, Michelle. We're talking about getting our kids to being healthy, happy adults. Well, yes and no. What's the point of killing you, of destroying you, to make somebody else happy, even if it is your kid? Everything that brought up, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 boys, shorts and beyonds. How many of you have seen other people in your world, maybe your parents, maybe your friends' parents, maybe your friends doing it, and maybe you doing it? You give up your life, give up your living, give up all the things that you find fun and joyful and expensive to create a life for these little beings that we've brought into the world. And what are you showing them with that? Are you showing them that they should give up everything to please others? Are you showing them that they shouldn't be them, that they should be these selfless, sacrificing beings? What if your target was to show them what else is possible? How to have fun, how to be them and change the world. Hint, read the book, Being You, Changing the World by Dr. Dane here. So the kingdom of we is all about choosing to create from a space that will contribute to everyone involved. Not just from a selfish, it's all about me, I don't care about you space, and not from a self-sacrificing, it's all about you, I'm not important space. It's about what can we create now that will be great for both of us? My kids and me, my husband and me, my work and me, my work and me and my husband and my kids. What is it that you can create that will work for everyone? And everywhere that's like too much work, oh my God, that's impossible. What do you mean? I can't do that. Oh God, I'm having problems enough satisfying one person, my kid, never mind me and them and them and them and them and them. Everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 boys, shorts and beyonds. So what if you didn't have to sacrifice you to please others? Everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 boys, shorts and beyonds. And what if you didn't have to be selfish and sacrifice others to please you? Everything that is, will you destroy and uncreate it all, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 boys, shorts and beyonds. Now, let me give you an example of how I started including me and my husband back into our family. Both of our children had food allergies when they were small. Aiden used to vomit continuously if I ate the wrong things while I was breastfeeding. Damien, eczema was his fun way of showing me that his body didn't like something. So we ended up eating plain rice, unflavoured mince, and raw vegetables, carrot, celery, broccoli. They'd eat those and they didn't react to them. But with Damien's Asperger's, try and combine them in any way and he'd freak out. So our food became so incredibly boring. And one day I said to Glenn, this doesn't work for me anymore. I hate food. I'm actually killing my body with my dislike for the food that I'm making it eat. And he said, well, what can we do? How can we change this? What could we be or do different? What could we add, create, change? So Damien still doesn't eat cooked vegetables. At 13, he will not eat cooked vegetables. If they're hidden inside something, then yeah, we can get away with it. If I make spring rolls and grate some carrot in there and it's all good. He loves cooked onions. But really, other than that, I cannot put vegetables on a plate that are cooked and him eat them. So we've learnt to play with food. We've learnt to play with the creation of our meals in a way that, okay, cool, we're having stir fry tonight. Now stir fry is cooked vegetables and he won't eat it, won't go there. But when I'm chopping up the vegetables, I just take some off for his plate and go ahead and cook the rest of us food. With regards to seasoning meats, he is now starting to investigate seasonings, and there's some that he will eat, some that he will not. And I'm happy to get those, those pre-made little seasoning things like Thai seasoning or Moroccan or, those things. And do batches of chicken. So, you chop your chicken up, you sprinkle the flavouring on top and then you cook it. So I'll do batches and I'll perhaps do 2 different flavours. One that I know he loves and one that is different as a change or something that we're interested in eating. And put them both out on the table and say, hey dude, I'd like you to try a bit of this and here's the one that you love. And we play with food in regards to combinations. I've started making spring rolls from scratch. I know, scary, weird. But you talk to my kids about eating beans. No way. Baked beans, tinned beans of any description, home cooked beans, even fresh beans. Aiden will eat green beans, when they're still in the pods. Damien, nut, and Aiden, as soon as they become non-podded beans, not interested. So we play with that. And I will mash the beans up and put them in the stew, or so they can't tell they're there. Or vermicelli is actually bean thread. It's made from bean curdy. I don't know how it's made, but it's bean thread. And then after they've eaten it, after they've said, yum, that was delicious. Oh, great, I'm glad you enjoyed the bean thread. And they're like, what? Well, that's what that rice noodly looking thing was. It was bean thread. Oh, starting to manipulate, and it's fun for me. I play with it. So we're starting to have food that we enjoy eating, that I enjoy creating, and we're having fun with food again, and still including them by creating our food in a way that we can take out what they will eat in the state that they'll eat it and combine it for us, or do whatever we're going to do to make it into what we love. So kind of covering a couple of things here. I might leave the other one till number 10 because that is far more fun to do. But what I'd love for you to look at is, are you including you in your reality? And because if you've made it through to week 9 of this series, you're a bit like me, and being selfish is not something that actually is possible, even though you've probably been accused of being selfish all your life. So anywhere you've been accused of being selfish when you actually weren't, where you destroy and uncreate all the points of view you created at that moment. Thank you. Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine, boys, shorts and beyonds. And everywhere you've defined you as selfish when you actually aren't, will you destroy and uncreate that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine, boys, shorts and beyonds. And everywhere you've been functioning from the kingdom of we and been accused of being selfish, will you destroy and uncreate that, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nine, boys, shorts and beyonds. So what I'd love you to do is to start looking at how can you include you in your choices, because so many of us are functioning from needing to please or help others to the exclusion of ourselves. And once we start to include ourselves in our lives, it becomes the kingdom of we, and it becomes an expansive, joyful creation rather than destructive of you to create others. So, as a parent, there are fun ways you can include this. And, you know, even doing dishes can be fun if you choose it to be. So, really cool question I like to ask is, what can I add to this activity that would make it fun? Now, I was doing the accounts the other day for my husband's business, and it's boring, it's data entry, So I put the headphones on, I put a 1980s playlist on, and I sung at the top of my voice, probably horrendously, but there was nobody there to listen, and it was fun. I got that work done faster than I've ever done it before, and it got to the end of it and I was like, oh, that was fun. So what about doing dishes? What about vacuuming the house? What about doing the laundry? All those things that are just like, what can you add to your life that could have those chores be fun? Maybe it's propping YouTube on your phone up on the windowsill and watching your favorite program while you do the dishes. Maybe it's, hitting record and telling yourself a story. Whatever it is that makes it fun for you, would you be willing to choose that, please? So let's get out of self-sacrificing. Let's get out of selfishness. And how about we function from the kingdom of we? Have a play with that over the next week, and I will see you next week for tip number 10. How does it get any better than that?